Yeah. Thank you, Nyabong. For all your professional photos and visuals, Step 3 Events got you. Are you having a wedding, Baba? Birthday, graduation, church conferences, amen. Corporate events, even sadly a funeral. In need of photography, visual services, worry no more. This week, I visited Step 3 Event Studios to do a photo shoot. Baba, ngabangena. Kwamoshakala pose. Kikwikak. Flashy lights, konapa kwa Bulawayo. Ungasondela lawo bakuthwebule. Joshua Nkomo Street between 14th and 15th Avenue. 0716 919 313. Step 3 Events. Your satisfaction our priority. Danke, siyabonga dam from Film for Show, brought to you by Deb 3 Events TV on YouTube. Please make sure that you subscribe, and you hit the notification button, and also you can check us on Facebook. Check that out to advertise our handles. Yes, Facebook, check us at Deb 3 Events, and also on Twitter, Deb 3 Events. Let's go on Instagram. Yes, and also on Instagram, Yes, Deb 3 Events, and also on TikTok, Deb 3 Events. Velomere sibe wonke ama social spaces akhona la ku Threads, London, yonke indawo. Yes, that's yes, and also our website, Deb 3 Events, so it's www.deb3.co. .zw. Yes, please, if you want more updates on what we do, articles, there is entertainment there, and all the activities that we do are brought to you by Deb 3 Events, and also Enkundleni exclusive them for FIFA Show is brought to you by ORG Media Services, who do film production and also do company profiling, and also our newborn baby Angwasele, our main months, Deb 3 Events visual studios. If you want to do a professional video shoots, I'm a professional photo shoots. If you have a wedding, if you have conferences, you can call Deb 3 Events visual studios. And also Enkundleni exclusive for FIFA Show brought to you by Oguhle Designs, who do our graphics. Those are our day one partners. And I'm Sipho Mason Tinyati, your host. Danke siyabonga. Welcome to the FIFA Show. Long Captain episode bundle. 74, it's episode 74. We are documenting people's lives, our personalities, our business. We are documenting our musicians, and also we have our new baby, Pass and Move. Have you checked out Pass and Move?
Yes, I did.
For real?
Yeah, I have, but I just passed through. I'm not a soccer person.
Oh, you passed through?
I just passed through.
Yes.
I'm not a soccer person, so yeah. But otherwise, that's a nice move as well.
Yes.
Music and football. Siamese twins, they go together.
Definitely, yes. Mm-hmm. And also introducing our underground gang. They'll be free later to ask my questions or also interact with you. And my guest for today is Trevor Mawaka.
Yes.
I said that correctly.
Yeah, it's Trevor. In Bulawayo, you guys, I'm Trevor Mawaka. But it's Trevor Mawaka. But I'm okay with Trevor Mawaka.
Okay.
Yeah. What's in the pronunciation? Okay. It doesn't change anything.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So what does your surname mean?
Okay, Mawaka. It means those who build. It's Sena. When you cross into Zimbabwe, you call it Shona or Manyika, but it's Sena for those who build.
Okay.
Yes.
So your surname corresponds with what you do.
I don't know.
Yes, because when I was checking you out, you build lives, you mentor.
Yeah, I would love to believe. Yeah, I'm helping out in building, especially in the arts sector. Yeah, that's
so. Trevor is an artist. He's a musiciologist. I don't know if I said the correct.
Musicologist.
Musicologist.
Yes.
And then also he's a composer. You are a blogger.
Yes.
And also at times you become an adjudicator.
Yes.
For music competitions and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, nice. So Trevor, before we go any further, your wardrobe, especially your pants, who does them for you? Because you're always putting on such kind of an attire every time we meet.
Okay, so I just get an idea and get to the nearest tailor, but I always insist on what I would have wanted that the tailor brings it out. So I have a number of tailors. This one, it was a gift the last time that I was in Kenya. On the last day, my boss brought this just before I was coming back. Brought this to me and said, "Yeah, that's your gift." But otherwise, I do most of the designs.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So particularly, is it on purpose, the African theme, especially you carry Indo, you not carry your beads and your bangles?
Yeah, it is. I'm an arts teacher, so I take it from there. So where I work, most of my friends are sports teachers. Yeah, they have the leeway to put on tracksuits and stuff. So I hate ties. I'm a teacher, but I'm an arts teacher. So I noticed, okay, if I bring in the African flair, they don't ask me to put on a tie. And eventually over time, I got used and became my everyday. Yeah, that's my everyday clothing now. Even if you call me for a wedding, I will struggle to find a suit in my wardrobe. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So Trevor, you are also an author.
Yeah,
you recently became an author.
Yeah, I'm moving into writing from blogging. So during the lockdown, I started blogging. I had a blog that I used to run, my 2 cents during the lockdown. You know, everyone had time at their disposal, and I started writing a blog, my 2 cents, where I would share just my understanding of how the music industry works. It managed to pick on numbers, a lot of numbers. It managed to gather a little bit of influence. After the lockdown, it was back to work. I no longer had time to do much of those everyday commenting on what's happening in the arts and entertainment sector. So that's when I started to think of pushing bigger content, like a book. And I'm working on a book, curating Bulawayo's music space, Conversations Over Coffee, where I managed to collaborate with the Hideout Cafe. And the manuscript is done, editing is done. Yesterday, I finished personal editing. I'm taking it to the official editor so that he can edit the last edition, then we start the publishing. So maybe officially, Bulawayo Zimbabwe, give it time, give it space on your bookshelves. It's something, because I noticed Bulawayo's artists are not well documented. Okay. Apart from maybe what you see on their Facebook pages, most of our artists are not well documented, and I believe it's something that will add value.
Yes, which is the space that we are also covering as Enkundleni exclusive.
Exactly.
Documenting personalities.
To me, this is one of I think in Bulawayo, what Enkundleni is doing and the space that you guys have covered in the arts sector, you covered a big gap. No one is doing it at the level you guys are doing it, and I'm happy.
Thank you.
To be part of, to be interviewed here. Maybe I'm not so happy because one teacher got here before me, Usta, but I wanted to be the first teacher here.
You wanted to be the first teacher?
Yeah, because I never forget the basis. I'm an arts teacher. That's what I am. I'm an arts teacher. Yes. So I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
So like you mentioned earlier, like during lockdown, you begin your blogging 2 cents, huh? Yes.
My 2 cents, yeah.
Yes, my two. Your two what?
My 2 cents. My 2 cents, yeah.
Cents or cents?
Yeah. It was both. So it was spelled as sense or mali, but meaning sense or mind,
Oh, that's the creative.
Yeah, actually took the words out.
Yes. So when you were blogging, what is it that you were mostly emphasizing on, or what is it that what gap were you covering, especially in the music space?
Okay, so I love analysis. I love, like today, I think I just made a post when I was seated here waiting for the show to start, talking about, there's talk about Zimbabwean artists going international. And some people are saying maybe you have to change your sound to make it appealing to the international market. But I like researches and looking at people who have done it. I look at Chiwoniso, I look at Oliver Mtukudza, I look at Enkundleni, I look at Mokumba, the guys who have really gone international. Did they change their sound to go international? No.
They didn't.
Yeah, they just were authentic. So this is the angles that I usually want to comment on. Like, not just saying, do this so that this happens. I like to look at what are the trends? What is definite? What has been done? So that's the angle. I believe I bring in a bit of a scholarly mind to the blogging space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Okwenkani.
No, not necessarily. I would love to just say, okay, but guys, let's. Yeah, we are not football fans. We are not football fans. Let's look at what's working and what's not working. If you change your sound and you make it sound international, it means you're copying someone out there who is already there.
Yes.
But look at Mokumba, they are bringing in a different sound altogether, and the market is accepting them. Look at Chiwoniso, she brought in a different sound altogether, and the world is accepting them. Anyway, I don't know if I'm digressing. I've got a theory that I've always told people that are close to me. Look at music this way. Across the Shangani, what takes you international is the mbira. This side of the Shangani, maybe minus Mokumba, what takes you international is the harmony. If you look at all our international artists from Bulawayo, those that we call international, it's the harmony. Harmony works for this side of the Shangani. The mbira works for the other side of the Shangani. So that's a tip to other creatives and artists. Okay. Because I can back this up. Yeah, I think you also can quickly scan it out. You won't need me to talk about it.
Yeah, like already when you're saying that, I immediately thought of Black Follows.
Exactly.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
This side of the Shangani, it's harmony. You have to bring in a lot of harmony. Across the other side of the Shangani is the mbira, marimba mbira. So
I think this side also is also the harmony and the drums.
Yeah, and the drums.
Yes, and the drum.
You see now, we are sailing in the same boat. We are looking at what is working.
Yes.
What is working. So sometimes I even wonder and say, I look at even internationally and say, you look at the Nigerians, they took Afrobeats, Fela Kuti's sound and other sound, they modernized it. So I'm just thinking for you, the younger guys, Mina, as you can see, I work with a walking stick, I'm old. You, the younger guys, you take your harmony, you take your drums, you modernize it, you give it a modern feel. Won't that work? I don't know. It's a question. Maybe someone should try it out.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe somehow, since I work with children, maybe I should try it out and not just talk about it.
Yes, Okay, so now for youngings, now I'm thinking with mostly nowadays we are following the trend. So maybe the reason why maybe there might be suggestions to say, no, we must change our sound and stuff like that. Maybe it might be coming from what's happening recently is we are mostly following the trend.
Yeah, so talking about music, like I said, don't follow the sound. Look at the elements of the sound.
Okay.
House gave birth to Amapiano. What did Imbube give birth to? Maybe it hasn't given birth. Are you fertilizing Imbube to give birth to something?
Okay.
Do you get it? Afrobeats came from Afrobeat. Afrobeats. So I'm saying there is a chronological way in these things are happening. Don't go and import that sound. Look at your sound.
Yes.
Is it possible to modernize the mbira sound? Do me one of
I think maybe the question that remains is if that's done, is it competitive enough?
Is it competitive enough?
Yes.
So I would say this. When we talk about international artists from Zimbabwe, you are currently maybe you're talking of the likes of Mokumba. Are they competitive enough? Because understand music, there is pop
Yes.
Then there is
So that's now the space that the youths might want to venture into.
Okay.
Is the pop space, is the hip hop space, maybe fuse mbira.
That's what I'm talking about
That's what
now.
you're saying.
Actually, if I wanted to say, Dumi Maraile's son has already done it. I think there's also a track where Jay-Z fused in Sambira. There's a Zimbabwean guy in South Africa, based in South Africa, also fusing in mbira into hip hop.
Yes.
That's not bad, but I'm just saying it gives you an advantage in the market. You are bringing in something different that they can't bring in.
Okay.
You go out there and give them mama piano.
So now let's bring it home. So in your 2 cents, there's a lot of talk about Bulawayo music not making it in national, not talking about international space. Bulawayo music not making it that national. So in your area of experience of expertise, what have you seen? What would you suggest? Your own personal opinion?
Okay, my own personal opinion. There was a time when Bulawayo was occupying some space was getting part of the national cake.
Okay.
What were they doing? Were they sounding? Was Majaivana sounding like the South Africans? No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was sounding like Majaivana. So I would say, like I have already given a word and say there is a sound that is authentically Bulawayo that appeals, and you work on that sound. You are guaranteed to get part of the national cake. But the moment you sound like Maporisa and Kabza, what happens when Maporisa and Kabza come? Will anyone want to listen to you when Maporisa and Kabza are here?
No.
That's something to like. It's for the creative. So I don't have the answers, but those are the kind of thoughts that
you would
That's I sometimes just look into the sector and say, okay, fine, you are sounding like Maporisa and Kabza. But when Maporisa and Kabza come around,
so like in your own observation.
Okay, can I just say this to just Ubambo Mlomant? Have you noticed the Bulawayo shutdown shows?
Yeah.
Japreza comes, Winky D comes, the South African artist comes. Have you noticed that those guys can stand toe to toe with the South African guys?
Yeah.
Do you know why? They're just bringing in their sound.
Okay, this is going to be more like a long topic. Because I think with Matabele and inclination from KwaZulu-Natal, us, the Matabeleland people coming to present day, what is Matabeleland? I think maybe that's also a factor that comes to play to say it's hard to separate people from this side from South Africa. So what uniquely would you suggest that the young folks do?
Yeah, find a sound that is authentically from this part of the country. Modernize it. No. That's their homework. Find that sound.
Yes.
You're also young. Find that sound that is authentically from.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying.
From here.
This is what I'm saying. The sound that you're saying we should find authentically from Matabeleland is the same sound that you will pick up from KwaZulu-Natal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the drum and the harmony.
Yes, good.
So whatever I'm gonna do here, someone is gonna listen. It's like, this is Gabza. He wants to sound like blah blah. Maybe we might have amabala or with maybe ngingatubisi ngapha ngihlabele ngithi semfuna ukunatha uchago. Someone will be like, the only people that can say uchago is Bulawayo people.
Amandebela ko Bulawayo, which is different from the Zulu.
Yes, but then eventually ngathi sabona. It all stands out as...
So some of this, what I'm talking about, you give it thought when you are alone. If you're a creative, you give it thought and consider it and look at how it has worked for... I think I've just given an example. The artists that have made it, even internationally, from this sound, from this side of the Shangani, they have a certain sound, a certain trajectory that they've been moving along.
Okay.
And... You push. I would love to believe it works.
I think maybe what we can suggest is maybe for the young artists just to move on because we want to know more about you.
Yes.
I think maybe the stories then differ from KwaZulu-Natal, from South Africa,
exactly,
and Zimbabwe. The stories will then differ to like, okay, this never happened in South Africa, and what happened in Zimbabwe. Yes. So in your book, on where you're documenting about Bulawayo musicians. What issues are you touching on particularly?
So we talked about generally how Bulawayo respects its own, how Bulawayo accepts its own, it's an issue. I wouldn't want us to talk about that. Otherwise,
definitely one thing for
we
sure
will lose track of everything. That's really a big issue. Bulawayo, you're celebrating its one. That's one of the things that most of the artists we talked about. Then also we talked about the issue of Bulawayo's part of the national cake artistically and music-wise. We talked about that. And Bulawayo's music brands, how are they growing, corporate support, all those things. So yeah, I sat down with a number of Bulawayo's artists, the big artists, and we talked about that.
Now you talked something which is very important. You said Bulawayo is celebrating their own musicians. Can you elaborate on that one? Just give us a hint on what you say.
Does Bulawayo celebrate its own? Okay, fine. This is being recorded. I wouldn't want to drop names, but I would say, think of a Bulawayo artist that you know of, musician. And if he was to pitch a one-man show here in Bulawayo, do people come in, pay, and watch? I would. Let me not say much, but I'm just saying those are the areas we want to. We have to think about. We have to think about. Say we are studying the arts terrain. If it's a yes, or if it's a no, why not?
So in your book, when you explored that, the celebrity culture or the celebrity space, do they celebrate their own? Did you come up with a solution? Because the problem is eventually there.
The solutions were coming from the artists. They were probably giving suggestions on what would work, what would not work. Okay. So it's something...
give me one case study.
Okay, I'll give. I don't like to drop names, especially on such a platform. But one artist talked to me and said, "Remember, a successful career is not about hit song. It's not. Probably you would know the artist." He said, "I've got 1 or 2 hit songs. There are artists with 7, 8, 9 hit songs in Bulawayo. I have events every weekend. They don't have. A successful career is not about just having hit songs. So those are some of the things that." I would the space that I love to look at the situation and not take it like football fans. Like I'm a Chelsea fan.
There's a football guy.
Sorry, Chief, but I'm a Chelsea fan. Except for now. Chelsea has the one. But if you come to, I watch my football mostly at the Bulawayo Theatre, the foul stuff. If you come there when Chelsea is playing. Come on, you Chelsea! Come on, you Chelsea! But I can say, no, this is not working. But now, music is working. Music is work. For me, that's the area that I am occupying for work. So I would love to bring in this scholarly aspect and say, guys, what's working? What's not working? Think about it. This is to all the creatives, especially musicians. What's working? What's not working? Don't ask me if I've done it because my doing part is researching and giving you the information. Okay. Yes. I'm not much of a musician, but I would love to just say, let's research. Okay, so fine. If you don't take my research, do your own research. What works and what doesn't work, implement that.
Yes. Like if you look at I'm asking you if it will. Do you think it would work? Because you realize in America, for some people to make it or break it into a certain space, they might need to go to New York or New York City, and then in South Africa for them to make it, they need to go to Johannesburg.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
I know.
And then I don't know about Nigeria, but Nigerians they just need to be all over the world.
So I addressed that one also in the book.
Here's my question: do you think for Bulawayo artists to actually make it, should they move to where the sound is currently, or we have to be here?
Okay, so I addressed that issue again. You can choose to do an Africa Revenge or a Majaivana or a Lwazi Chabangu, or we also went to Harare. Or a Sandra.
Manai. Yes, Albert Nyatu went to Harare.
You can do, actually that's one of the words I use in the book. You can do an Albert Nyatu on Bulawayo if you want. If you think you will be successful. But listen, so you take all that and you bring it down to a personal basis as an artist, and now you make that decision on that platform where you are saying, I remember that at the time I was in Harare, I was talking to Plot. We were talking about Bulawayo artists, and he was just saying, look at so-and-so, the sound that she does, because it was a lady, especially, we've got soulful ladies in Bulawayo who can give Felinandi a run for her money. But the question is, do we have people who consume that kind of sound in Bulawayo. I'm here, I consume it, but how many of us are here who consume Afro jazz like vibes here in Bulawayo? So it's on a personal basis. If as an artist, on a personal basis, you do your research, you look at it. Where would my sound fit? I was talking to Archie about one of the artists here from Deb 3 dropping an album. Is there space? I think if you had me trying to make conversation on that, is there space currently in the art sector for albums, or the space that is currently there is basically for singles? So it's questions that you have to ask yourself as an artist on artist by artist. The general overview may be made. Now you come to your sound, you come to your profile, you make those decisions. So I would love to believe there is space for that kind of work, which is what I love doing. And so I want to, when the book comes out, please grab a copy. And
I would definitely grab a copy and review. And then you're also doing a poetry book on celebrating Zimbabwe musicians.
Yes, the book it will come up a bit later. It's called For Music It's Just Poetry. So like this one is basically for people who love music and who love poetry, who love words like I do. It's a compilation of poems. I've been writing a compilation of poems celebrating Zimbabwean artists. So maybe towards the end, if you want, I can read one of the poems. Probably towards the end of the year, we're trying to really collect a number of them because we don't want to shortchange people. It should be really like a volume. The illustration, we've got one guy doing illustrations for us for every poem. It comes with an illustration. So it's one of those projects. So the idea is to have to have something that generations to come. To you, it may not be much to say there is a poem about Manine today, but think 2-3 generations down, it will mean something. Like probably they will be looking at Manine the same way we now look at Mtukuzi. The same way we now look at. Of course.
We understand.
I'm overemphasizing, but I'm just saying. That's why I said probably. Please, let's not go there.
No, we understand.
Yeah, you understand where I'm coming in. So, but we want to, to just. If I go to America, I'll get books that will tell me more about Michael Jackson and them.
The Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles and it's Beatles. Beatles. So so
it's entire.
So I'm just saying. So we want to give that kind of space even to our children to understand and celebrate all the current artists that we have today, because it will be part of their heritage.
So you're writing a book and you're also doing poems on artists. What's one thing that you are echoing about these musicians, whether Bulawayo?
Let's celebrate our musicians. We are thinkers. Let's think outside the box. Let's work. Let's push our craft. Okay, I'll take it back home. Bulawayo, we are the cultural capital of the nation. Let's take our position. Let's creatively we are far ahead. That's why
Okay, sorry.
If you look at those that we call international musicians, somehow most of them you link them back to Bulawayo. Most of them in the current space. Those artists that will really go out there and be celebrated by everyone in the world, not just to perform for Zimbabwean diasporans, no, like to be celebrated. You link them back somehow, in a way. They've got some roots in this city. So I'm saying let's push our craft out there, and also as Zimbabweans, as Bulawaians, let's take our space.
Yes. I think we're beating about the bush. Like, Trevor, let's get to the gist of the issue. So you're echoing about we need to celebrate our own. We need to, we have our own, we have every great artist which is out there, one way or the other, from Zim, it's got roots from Matebele and all, Bulawayo or Zimbabwe, wherever. Why is it not happening the way it's supposed to?
It is happening. Maybe not at the pace that we want. It's happening. but maybe not at the pace that we want. Who's a figure? Let's be patient. Let's give them time to grow. Who's a figure? And what you guys are doing, and we look at what I'm trying to do as well. Everything else, it will come full circle.
But my question is, why is it not working, or why is it not happening now? And then what went wrong? Or there's too much questions, we move on to something else.
Why is it not happening now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
because
I'm addressing some of that. The sound that we've been choosing as Bulawayo, and we look at our demographics, we have been taking a foreign sound, so to say. Yeah, you argued about that. But we have not been authentic. We have not been milking the cows that we have. We have the drum, as you said. We have imbube, as I said. Have we been milking those cows? We want to milk inkomo zikamakhelwane, and we'll get in trouble. So, like I said, those are some of the issues. But now it's on an artist by artist basis. You now look at yourself as an artist, and you know, like when you start music, those are the elements. Then you combine the elements to come up with your principles that will work for you.
Yes.
Yes, but basically, like I've said, silenkomo tina ngapa. Can we milk our own cows? Then
yes.
Yeah, let's leave.
But I think when you're saying like simunyi inkomo zako, try going. Inkomo zako makhelwane, I doubt that I think we have to accept a certain fact. I think in terms of maybe if we are milking from Mashonaland, that might be Makelwan. But looking at our roots, I doubt that South Africa is our Makelwan. Our South Africa is our home.
Okay, so let's start milking as Ankaya.
Exactly. But now the thing is, because of the borderlines, the first thing do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
So that's
I get
so the way I solved it with my friends when we're doing music, we are the same people. The KwaZulu and Matebeleland people, we're the same people. So if it comes out and it sounds like Mambinja, that's it. If it comes out and it sounds like somebody, this is my opinion.
Okay.
If it comes out and sounds like somebody from South Africa,
all right, I'll let it rest. But how I'll let it rest is, do you know, or can you? If you sit down and look at the progression from Mbaqanga and take it back to Mbaqanga, it develops to Digong,
yes, yeah.
It develops to Kwaito, it develops to House,
yes.
It develops to Amapiano. I would love to see you that if you listen to what I said. But can I just repeat nicely for you? There is that development enzakala ngoba mdala anti.
Yes.
Nkaya, what has developed and evolved? Let's leave it maybe for another day.
Maybe just to conclude this one. The greatest pioneers of Digong, Kwaito, up to where? Up to Qom and whatsoever. They are from Bulawayo.
They are from Bulawayo.
Yes.
But
like the top 5.
Yeah, I know.
People that really went to South, though they might not disclose and say I'm Zimbabwean. The top 5
that went to
South Africa. And now check this out. Thank you. If you sing like
when they went there, did they take the music Yangapa with them that side?
Yes, that's what they did.
Umbaqanga, they found it there, developed. It sort of evolved.
Iskingli was in KwaZulu-Natal, and at the same time Iskingli was there in Matebele.
But so I'm just saying, yeah, fine, the sound is the same. But Ngapankaya, why are we not evolving what we have?
That's the question that I was asking you. Why is it not working now?
We have not been building it up. We have not been evolving it.
Okay.
We are just saying we are one with these people. And we are saying, we'll take that sound. Tomorrow they'll come up with another baby, with another sound. That's our sound.
Yes, I think maybe it comes with enlightenment. Okay, Trevor, you're doing a song with, you have a single that's coming out soon, though you want me not to talk about it.
Okay.
Yes, but then this is the information for sure.
Okay.
We will talk about it. So you're doing a song with Iasa, you're doing with a song with voice saxophone. It's the same song, actually.
It's the same song.
And also Shekinah. Yes. Can you elaborate more about that?
All right, so for me, it's more of an exhibition. I'm an arts teacher, so my learners they usually like these days Abantwana these days, they don't have those parameters with teachers. They say, you want to teach me how to sing? Sing first. So the other day I was just having fun in the studio, and yes, guys were there. Then we talked and we just said, let's work on something. But it's an exhibition song celebrating Bulawayo as a space and as our home. Yeah, but the good thing is, I would love to believe in what I preach. We have a lot of harmony in it, imbube in it. We have a lot of elements that are authentically from this side of the Shangani. So yeah, but it's an exhibition song. We are just working on the video, and anytime soon, consume it, watch it. Why not? We are creatives. We do this work for the audience.
Yes. And also tell me more about the Kenya production.
So in Kenya, there is Rafiki Sawa. It's a children's organization based in Kenya. They saw the work that I was doing here. I work with children primarily. I make contemporary choirs and we make music. So they loved the work we were doing. So they took me to Kenya. I've been there twice, school holidays, because I'm a full-time teacher. And we started a children's choir in the slums of Kenya. They use the word slum.
Okay.
For me, it's too heavy. It's too heavy. Well, in the disadvantaged communities. So yeah, we're using music as an intervention program to help bring the kids, take them away from drugs and these other substances. And so we set up a children. The first time I went there, which was in December, we set up the choir, we rehearsed, worked on content. Then in April, we did recordings. Then this August, we're working on videos and putting the content out for the people to consume. So it's a sort of intervention program using music as a way of trying to help children to move away from drugs and stuff.
Yes. And also you working on a Kenya project, it's more like a cultural exchange.
Yes, I would love to believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much have you learned from the Kenya, especially on their culture in terms of doing
So with music, okay, fine. Maybe I'm guilty as well here because what I've been preaching, but it's what works. With music, you know, every time you're exposed to music, you consume it, and it alters how you create. So that's why maybe if you are from here and you consume a lot of Zimbabwean music, I still insist when you create, there should be something that says Bulawayo in your creations. So when I went to Kenya, my understanding even of rhythm.
Are they that spontaneous when they do music?
They have a strong cultural sense of music. Like so, the organization is very Christian. So, but when I work with children, I don't bring in our melodies to them. I go to them and I say, can you sing for me some of your rhymes and traditional songs? Then I take that, I arrange it musically, and I put in other musical elements. So their music productions is very cultural. That's why if you check online, they don't have, especially because online we consume pop. Kenyans, most Kenyans, like
percussions and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Percussions.
Exactly. And even a lot of harmony. You know South Soul?
Yes.
Yeah, those are their celebrities. And a lot of harmony, a lot of percussion, especially percussion, they have a lot of that.
Echo harmonies. Yeah.
So one of the songs that I'm working on with one of my projects here in Bulawayo, the Most Children's Choir, is the part of the chorus is I stole it from that side. Yeah, I mean, artists are thieves. Yes. So, yeah, I stole.
Actually, when you're doing art, stealing is genius.
Yeah, it is genius, yeah. So I stole it and I added genius to it. And so be on the lookout for Mosh Children's Choir. We have a song coming out. It's called Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. Part of the chorus, I loved the melody. Of course, I had problems with part of the melody. Because it's a children's rhyme, but we had to rearrange it and make it musical. It's coming out very soon.
Yes. And you tell me more about you mentoring the Mosh Choir. How did it all come about? Mosh All Abilities?
Yeah, Mosh All Abilities Choir. So, the director, Owe Mosh, we met at an event. Yeah, so then she approached me and said, Trevor, I've seen the work you're doing with Charleston Trust Primary School Choir.
Yes.
We would love to really do something like that, but for the children that we work with, which are disabled children. I said, no, I don't have a challenge with that. We can work because the idea is also to empower children from all backgrounds and to help them develop if they're artistically talented. So I went to the annual conventions. There were a lot of people, 200 or so. We did auditions and we came out with a choir made up of 15 children. If you notice, the name is Mosh All Abilities Choir, but we have 5 children. It's because when we came up with the name, we had auditioned children and we had 15 children. That was a choir. But now, when you're starting something, people, they don't have faith in something that is starting. So when we're starting out, some they dropped out. Now that we recorded and we put out a single that is doing well, some are coming back and it's now a moving train. They want to be part of it. But it's okay. We will accept them because the idea is to always empower and help build up children. So we meet on Saturdays, we rehearse. We rehearse. We look out for events, we perform, and that's the work that we're doing.
Yes. And how our community is accepting?
They are. We are part of the Bulawayo Arts Festival, Gospel Explosion.
Okay, wow. That's where we first met. Yeah, that's where you first recognize my presence in a space. Okay. So that's not when we first met. We have from a distance. I love arts, so most of these art spaces and events I attend. Okay. So we do functions. Some when they are having weddings and whatever events they invite us, we perform. So we are giving it our all. Yes. And in your creative space, what goes on for your inspiration? If you're doing your books, whether you're doing books, you're doing poetry, or you're preparing for rehearsals, or what do you use your mechanism for prepping yourself?
Okay. Basically, solitude works for me. If I'm trying to work on a song, I try to be alone because I don't write. Much of it, I don't write my music down. I write music in my head. I arrange the song in my head to the end. So solitude works for me. When I'm writing, solitude works as well. Much of it, when I'm alone, I get to be creative.
Yes. And then when you get the recognition where you are recognized by the BAAs and also the South African Children of the Year Awards, how was it for you?
It gives you energy. It gives you energy. If you're a creative, I always say, even the Bible says it, you don't light a candle and you put it under your sofa or your chair. You don't do that. You light a candle and you put it on a pedestal. So when someone says, "Oh, we love the work you are doing," it gives you energy and you realize there is space. And so you want to continue. So from that I've been continuing, and I believe I will continue.
Yes. And what support would you need for the choir that you work with?
So I work with Charleston Trust Primary School Choir. So that one is funded by the school. The support and the resources are there. With Mosh All Abilities Choir, Mothers of Special Heroes, they support that. But as the people of Bulawayo, give them space, invite us to your events, and let's support that project. Let's support it. And I really believe if you attended the event, you were part of that event where they performed. Yes. There is talent.
For so much.
There is talent.
So much talent.
Not because I'm here. You are alluding to it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. I was really looking forward to listen to them. What's really going to come out besides the disability part, the music part. Then. Yes, but it was just wow. I was like, okay, besides them being disabled, but they're just musicians, it's just like everyone else. Yes.
So even when, sometimes because of the work that I do, we even rehearse online where I send the songs to them. Can you please do this for me, do this for me? I really believe in that talent. And I'll tell you the truth. The lead singer of that choir, look it up on YouTube, Mosh All Abilities Choir. Look it up on YouTube. The lead singer, give him time. Yes. Give him time. You will celebrate him.
Yes. Trevor, there's something I'm noticing about you. You like time, bruh. you like.
Okay, so the idea is...
Like when you're talking about Bulawayo musicians, give them time. When you talk about Zimbabwe musicians, give them time. When you talk about Mosh Abilities Choir, now you want us to give... Okay. How much time should we give you?
Right. Artists and creatives, what they need is, as long as they are working, give them time so that they give you their work. Then you judge them. Someone comes here today and performs, maybe you don't like the performance. Do you even know where the creativity comes from? What if there is more and there is much, much better? So you give them time, you incubate the talent, it grows, then it may work out for you.
Maybe I'm viewing that from the perspective that I see as like, we're so much lagging behind, we don't have time. This thing has to happen now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my point of view to say, things have to happen now, bruh.
Or maybe I work with children.
Oh yeah, maybe that's
I
why.
work with children. Yes. So one thing is patience. One thing. So the other year, I had a learner. I'm a primary school teacher. Yes. I had a learner that I discovered his talent in third term when she was grade 7. I was angry with myself. I never gave that kid talent. I mean, chance and time.
Yeah, time, because you take so much time.
Like I would just do auditions and quick, and these are the children who make up the choir. And she was quiet. And the other day now we were having a lesson, and part of the lesson was they all had to sing. And when she sang, I had goosebumps, and I was angry with myself, and I said, wow, I should have given her a chance.
Yes, but you took too long.
Yeah, you get it. Yes. So that's why I say time. Give artists time.
No, we don't have time. So when yourself, you married her?
Yes, I did.
Yes. How long did you take for you to tell her that you love it? Did you take time again?
Yeah, so
I could feel Indu coming.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Who's the lucky lady?
So I'm married. My wife is an accountant. So she works. She's a professional. We have children, 2 children.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe I'll focus on my children because they are also into arts. My son. Are
you forcing them into arts, or it's coming out from them naturally?
No. I think they're in trouble because they are guinea pigs. Yeah, they're in trouble. They are more like guinea pigs. At home, when we're at home, we sing. We before we take any creation out there, we run it through each other. So that's the space they find themselves in. Yeah. So somehow.
And music is contagious.
Yeah, exactly. Now you are speaking. Yeah. Sorry. So the arts, all the arts, they are contagious in a way. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You're a busy man. How do you balance it? Being a father, husband, and a musicologist, a mentor, you're a teacher. How do you balance it off?
Yeah, I guess it's to just be authentic every day. Just be genuinely you. Family, they know if I work, so there's time for work. Then weekends, I get to do the other work that I do in the arts sector. Mm-hmm. That Saturdays, probably Sunday. Sundays we are together as a family. Mm-hmm. That's more like the circle. We just live through it all. When I'm at work, you give work attention. Mm-hmm. You don't take work home. When you're at home, you give family attention. When on Saturday, when you're doing the other work, plus arts, you don't necessarily have to take time out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like right now when we are seated, an idea can pop up and you just put it aside, then you eventually work on it, yeah.
Oh, okay. And now you're talking about Sunday. Sunday, you go to church or you at home?
Sunday. I go to church on Sunday.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which church do you go to?
Presbyterian. I'm Presbyterian.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So like your image, first thing somebody would think maybe you're a Nyanga or you're a Sangoma.
Yeah. So the other day.
So how do you balance it off?
The other day I'm in a place of socializing there. I'm seated by the counter, just having my drink, and someone comes over to me, says Togoza. my background, my background now, I'm saying, okay, no, it's Trevor, not Tokozani. Some people, they think maybe the dressing, everything else, it has spiritual significance. It just has artistic significance. You dress in a certain way if you do something. Yeah, so you meet soccer players, probably you see tracksuits. Yeah, sometimes. I would love to believe so. Yeah, so for me, I'm a creative. I dress like a creative.
Okay. But Trevor, it's been nice having you. Mm-hmm. Let me invite our underground king. Do you have any questions? Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes, sorry. Yes, oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, well, so for me, I'll be interested to know, as an arts teacher, my question will be more on the infrastructure. To say, in your analysis or in your practice, as you develop artists, where do we offload them to? Do you think there is adequate infrastructure for somebody to be trained as an artist and be offloaded somewhere? For example, if you train an accountant, there's corporate. You know that eventually they'll want to have accountants, so we are training them, they'll get into corporate, there will be accountants. In the arts in Zimbabwe in particular, I wanted to locate it in the context of Zimbabwe to say, do you think we are doing justice in the arts when it comes to the infrastructure? Because the talent is not in dispute, the artistic and creativity is brilliant, but is the infrastructure adequate to absorb the kind of productions that we have? Or I mean, just opposing that to South Africa. That's why people leave. But he's a genius.
True.
The moment he steps into South Africa, for example, he just knows. People.
I get
so
you.
it shows that the deficit could be infrastructural. Well, what would be your comment on that to say, why is it we are prepared as an artist in Zimbabwe until you go to UK or to go to, what role do you think?
Okay, so I once said this this talk. So sometimes with my friends we really take it extreme. I was talking to Tabani Moyo TH. I was saying, here in Bulawayo, which artist is living from music only? Only from music, and you have a normal life. It's a challenge. You look, some weeks back, Kabza had this symphony performance with a full orchestra. I don't know if you watched that one, with a full orchestra. And I was just thinking, you look at Japreza with his Mbira and stuff, you add orchestra, I'm looking at Zimbabwe as a whole, you add orchestra to that, it would work. It would even bring creatively, it would blow your mind. It would be a sound that is beyond your imagination. I would love to assume that. So our challenge is more of, we don't have much of corporate support. If you bring it down to Bulawayo, it's even worse. Corporate support. Because if you look at, that was sponsored by Red Bull. You look at Joya Celebrations, they have sponsors, Old Mutual. Then you look at Vocal X here in Bulawayo. Vocal X, I'm not sure, I'm not privy, but I haven't seen a corporate partner with them. They're doing well. They're bringing content. The corporate world hasn't really been very supportive of the arts. Even you look at graduates, there are students who are studying arts at Midland State University. Even here, we've got the Creative Academy in Bulawayo, who are studying arts. Which spaces are they going to occupy with your qualification? Because it's not all of them who are creatives per se. Maybe some are administrators. So even at national level, the arts does not really have a strong infrastructural support. Asila my infrastructure oguti. As a young creative, you can, even for attachment, where would you be attached as a creative? Would you be attached to that sole performer with his two backing dancers? And do what?
Okay.
So those are some of the issues. Maybe as the government, the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, is it still Kirsty Coventry, that instead of just having the warriors, sorry, soccer guys, why not try the arts for once? I don't know if it's politically correct, but sports guys has been getting much of the budget. Why not give us part of those monies and we invest in the arts? The arts are very exportable, apparently.
Yeah, because as a follow-up, because I raised that in the context of, because we don't have the infrastructure, not because we can't have. I think it's got to do with our mindset or the ideology of how we pitch arts in the broader society. Don't you think from your experience as an art teacher that people conceptualize arts as an extracurricular thing, to say, okay, we've done academics, we've done maths, everything, I says in PE, let's play drama. So it's not taken seriously, and yet commercial and economical. The arts are drivers in developing countries. The arts, for example, like you highlighted the people you mentioned, Cubs and whatever, they're now in millions. So because of that genre, there's an industry now. And the economical, but you will notice that in Zimbabwe, it's more like
it's leisure.
Once in a way, it's Africa Day. So that kind of mindset in the art space. How do we cure, or what sort of understanding can we bring? This is actually economics.
Okay, so
Job creation.
all right, you took it from being an arts teacher. I'm blessed because I teach at a school where arts are really taken seriously. Arts are given their space, and in Bulawayo, or maybe it will be advertising, whatever. But where I teach, we are one of that school that you see in spaces where you won't see schools because the arts are taken serious. Maybe that's what also gives me the drive. But I think it's a national cause. It's in the corridors of power. Our Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture is a sports person. Have we ever had a Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture who came from the arts sector? I don't think so. So the arts are not really given that much. So it's more of an advocacy maybe issue that as artists and in arts organizations and all those organizations that are funded and take money that is meant for artists, maybe the least that they can do is to now take up that issue and advocate that arts get the support. I remember there was a big cry out when Bulawayo Arts Council was pitching up the idea of the Bulawayo Arts Festival, that the money was too much. I just said, yeah, that's said. From my end, it was said. So it's one of those things that the decision makers are primarily not arts people.
And the issue, like normally if we talk about that, it always boils to that dream killer question. How much is the arts industry or the arts sector contributing to the national GDP? And then all of the artists and administrators, they will just hold it.
How much has been invested? If they ask me that, maybe they never ask me.
That's why I said it's a dream
you ask
killer
me that question. How much have you invested? If you have land there and you want to produce, isn't it you first buy the seeds and you invest? Have the nation invested so much in arts? I wouldn't want to believe that.
So just an addition on the part where they say how much has been invested. We wanted a conversation with there were Zimura people and a whole lot of serious business people.
And the dream killer question is 80.
So when that question came up, it was said, as the arts, our structures are not a bit clear. Like when it comes to the money that we are making, where is it going? Like if we say art groups are performing outside Zimbabwe, how much are they
bringing into the country, and where is it going?
So they were saying, as a sector, you are not really clear about how you are making money into the GDP or
it's really a
killer question.
So I'm not sure. Maybe also as the creatives, we need to find ways on how that question can be answered properly.
Exactly.
So the other thing, it's the people who are asking those questions. They are the people who should be asked those questions. What are you doing for the arts sector? You are the top decision makers. We are your children. We are your children. And are you supporting your children? Are you giving the structures for you? You are saying there's no structure, yet you are the government.
Okay.
There is no structure, but you are the one who is supposed to be structuring these things. There is a whole ministry which should be structuring the arts. And the question is, the comment is there is no structure. Maybe you should ask them, and what are you doing about it?
Okay.
Because at times they're saying we're not organized as a sector.
I don't know.
I think maybe on the part of being organized, I might be on the side of the one who asked that question to say, are you guys in the act said, are we organized? Are you or are we organized?
Okay, so I also have a question on, like you teach at a private school.
you are saying the arts are better supported. But looking at our public schools, where most of us,
Where I went to.
so there is no seriousness in regards of the arts.
Yes.
So we are having individuals like you who are serious about the arts, are at places where there is money. So, so what then do we do with our kids in these public schools, where by there's fees, but evaluate master ungavele khulunywe ukuthi kufanele kuyegidwa idrama kodwa hayi lawo sokudlalwa kanje so far and I remember when I was at high school, there was a time when our drama club had to fundraise money. When we disco nye weekend, imali liyana yathathwa the next Saturday waya ku drama competition eGwanda, which was actually across because the school is Mad South. It's in Mad South, but the other side.
Yes.
So yafika ngale yawina yathathu number 1 in the trophy. Do you know that trophy never went to the office?
Yes.
Because the guys were saying, we funded ourselves. We bought our own fuel. We made our ukudla sasote.
Yes.
So how do you deal, like when usuku school vele sinemali? How do you think we can develop lezi ezinye?
All right. So I'll tell you, one of my mentors from a distance, even socially, when we talk, that I really give reverence to is Nkululeko Dube. You know, he was at a public school, and you know how, I know you are privy as to how he built up the brand.
Yes.
So when there is passion...
He's been here before.
Yeah, I've watched his show. When there is passion, when there is desire and passion, like you guys, before you even said it, I want, my answer was maybe when there is passion, parents will always chip in, and you can always find other ways of getting resources. And if the teacher is passionate, and the teacher has this love for the arts, yeah, parents can always chip in. You can fundraise, because if we just cry resources, yeah, at that level, maybe resources will meet you along the way.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what his question was driving to. To say, even whether you are a mentor in a public school or a private school, do we have infrastructure to take care the aftermath after you mentoring them?
Yeah, maybe that's the question. But when you're at school level, you can always do something. You can always create the product, talk to the parents. You can always fundraise, and when you push. One of my mentors is Tavani, TH, with Evelyn High. He has taken it to dizzy heights at a public school once again. So I think I've given you the people that I could go on. The teachers that I know, that I work with in the arts and their teachers, that probably when you talk about Trevor, Mawaka, and you talk teachers, that you add, you know definitely that they're public schools.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. If I'm to say teachers that I work with, even in the arts sector, that I converse with, they're at public schools. They have a passion. It's about a passion that looks beyond what you get out of it. If you primarily look at what you get out of it, because
all right, Trevor, I think we might have to end this, but then I think what he was saying was not on the administrative side. He was talking about these kids after they are done schooling.
I get that question.
Is there infrastructure to say?
So personally, there's no infrastructure, but what I do, the children that I work with, those that have talent, I work at Charles. Okay, I teach at a local school, and we have a choir that does contemporary music. We record, we do events. We have toured internationally and locally. The lead singers, once they leave primary school, 2 of them already, they are working on their music. They still come back, and we work. They don't just come back. I look for them. Hi, my daughter, where are you? What are you doing? I'm doing this. Okay, what about your vision? Yes, I'm still working on it. They come, we work on the music, and they because for me it's genuine love for the arts. It's what I do. That's all that I know. That's all that I know is what I do.
Which is great work that you're doing, Trevor.
Thank
Mawaka.
you. I'm humbled.
Yes, thank you for being here. Do you have any last words as we close this interview for
Thank
the
you
people
to
that
the
look up to you?
Form Film 4 show.
Sure.
It's Form Film 4.
Yes.
I love this show. Thank you, Bulawayo. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for giving me space and for supporting the work that I do. Please keep consuming what we do. Sometimes it's just clicking the like button. Sometimes it's just opening to view. Sometimes it's just that comment. Sometimes it's just coming to watch and support. But a dream is built, and especially those that work with children, give them time, nurture them. If you are a teacher, look beyond the money, the resources, and everything. Create with the children, empower them. One thing I would tell you, there is that feeling that is so fulfilling when you meet a child that you taught, and they are occupying a space that makes you go, wow.
Yeah.
It's a fulfilling feeling.
Yes.
So
now we want you to take out part of that feeling. Can you do a poem for us?
Oh, I don't I don't recite. I will read.
In whichever way.
Yeah. So I wrote this one. Do I have? Okay.
Just take your time. Take your time.
All right. I wanted to read this one. It's the A to Z of Zimbabwean musicians. Yeah, so many things in the phone. Eh? So, these days, I don't use a laptop that much for much of the work that I do.
Okay.
I use my phone. All right, so there I go. So I'll read the nearest one that will come up because I understand time is money.
Oh, now you understand time.
I see what you're doing.
Now he has to perform. He says time is money.
Okay. All right. So this one is about Leonard Dembo. Do you know Leonard Dembo?
Is it one of the longest songs in Zimbabwe?
No, not really. Not really. Do you know Chitekete?
Isn't it the long song? It's not the longest.
No.
It's not the longest.
It's not the longest.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many minutes is it?
I don't know. But I believe my chest will have longer songs.
15.
15 minutes.
It should be 15, 14 dollars. But there's the longest.
So there's another longest one.
Yes.
20 minutes, I think. 22 minutes.
By who?
Michelle Jumbo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So then making Chitekete the second longest.
Nah,
There's another one
the
again.
Macheso is yeah.
Hey, and then from this side, do we have a longest song from Matebelele?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
Who
we
has the longest song?
Okay, so let's leave Leonard Dembo. One of my
Oh,
favorite.
you know, do that one.
It's fine. I'll come back to it. But I love this one. Eh?
Okay, cool.
This one is Damn It. Ilanga was a band of poets.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
So this one celebrates Ilanga. You know Ilanga?
Yes. Is it from Matebelele?
Do you know Ilanga?
Yes, with Busi, Eddie
Yeah,
Brown.
no, it was from all over.
Yes, all over
Yeah,
Zim. Yes.
yeah. So Andy Brown's fingers dance upon the guitar string. They dance faster than my juice, tickling the guitar into laughter. His head dancing along as if interpreting the language of the guitar. With every strum, a story is told anew, but its meaning, we have no clue. All we know is when the story is told, we feel so good. He picks the strings like Albert Nyati weaves words into verse. With deliberate precision and emotional decision, he picks the strings with rage and anger, but wearing a paradoxical smile that Shakespeare wrote about, which makes me laugh and say, damn it, Andy Brown is a poet. Now Don Gumbo is different. His guitar whispers and never rolls. His notes are like tears. They flow with emotion. His guitar moans and sighs like a human heart. The sound is rich and full, leaving no space for doubters. And with every chord, a memory awakes, a nostalgia that lingers like a lingering egg. His guitar speaks of hope, of joy, and of strife, a language of the soul that cuts through life. His guitar recites poetry, only that it's in a different language. Like Socks the poet, it awakes emotion in every heart. So I agree and say, damn it, Don Gumbo is a poet. Wusinlube steps on stage with grace. She gives the mic a delicate touch, and that's where the poise ends. She transforms into a wolf's rose and claims the stage. She is a queen in a queendom. Her voice, a warm breeze on a winter night, warming hearts that were freezing with heartbreak. She whispers secret into the night and prophesies a happy future. Like Chirikure Chirikure, her words creates a new world of magical love. And I wonder, am I wrong if I say, damn it, Businlube is a poet? Adam Chisho sits with his drums neatly tucked between his thighs. He strikes the djembe deep and wide, and a resonant boom echoes inside. The congas hum and give a gentle tone. The bongos chatter quick and bright. A staccato burst fills the room with pure delight. The shakers whisper a soft hiss, and with every beat, a story is told of ancestors and traditions old. Like Nindi, the poet, the drums roll and tell their own stories. The drums speak languages of the heart, a universal tongue that never departs. So I think out aloud, damn it, Adam Chisho is a poet. Keith Ferguson caresses the keys like they are a girl's breast. He coaxes out the chords and the rich harmony descends. His fingers flutter like a bird in flight as he improvises through the night. The keys sing sweetly like Chioniso Maraire. With every phrase, a story unfolds of love and longing, of dreams and gold. His keyboard whispers a language so fine, a language as fine as Pilaninyon's poetry, reminding me that after all, Keith Ferguson is a poet. Damn it, Ilanga was a band of poets.
Nice. Thank you, Siyabonga. Damn for sure.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. So that's from a book that's coming out. After all, music is just poetry. We celebrate Zimbabwean musicians.
Thank you, Siyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Nyabonga, for all your professional photos and visuals. Step 3 events got you. Are you having a wedding, Baba? Birthday, graduation, church conferences, amen. Corporate events, even sadly a funeral. In need of photography, visual services, worry no more. This week, I visited Step 3 Event Studios to do a photo shoot. Baba ngabangena. Kwamoshakala boza. Kikikak. Flashy lights, konapa kwa Bulawayo. Ungasondela lawo bakuthwebule. Joshua Nkomo Street between 14th and 15th Avenue. 0716-919-313. Step 3 Events. Your satisfaction our priority.